Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unpack sources and pull out, the key insights. Today, we're plunging into something really fascinating. It's a piece of marketing for a financial app called GoldenLink. We're going to explore how they blend culture, humor, and even, well, a bit of what you might call pressure, and how this mix creates a really powerful connection with the specific audience.
Yeah.
It's quite something how they turn that pressure into like a source of strength. Our source material for this is an excerpt from a document called GoldenLink, Diaspora Finance with Jamaican Patois Charm.
Right. And it's important to note this document is protected intellectual property. It was created by Devin McClarty, owned by D Investment Enterprise, LLC. It's part of their Loop Speak series,
Okay.
which is their framework for, well, culturally smart financial communication, the specific file. It gives us a unique kind of proprietary look into their strategy.
I see. So it's got that core understanding built in right from the start. Okay, so our mission today is to really unpack this unique voiceover script for the GoldenLink app. We want to discover exactly how it taps into the specific experiences, the emotions of the Jamaican diaspora. All right, let's get into it. The product itself is a financial app, GoldenLink, for sending money. Simple enough, but what immediately jumps out is the slogan, GoldenLink send, laugh, send again. That word laugh, it's pretty unusual for a financial app, wouldn't you say? What's the thinking there?
Well, that's the brilliant part, isn't it? Laugh isn't just tack on. It's actually central. The source calls the format a loop laugh get voiceover. Think short, funny, memorable audio bits.
Loop laugh, okay.
And it's delivered in conversational Jamaican patois. Crucially, by an AI voice that sounds genuinely natural, not like a caricature, that would totally undermine it. So right away, it sets this distinct cultural tone. It acknowledges the whole human side of sending money, not just the transaction.
And it starts strong, doesn't it? The opening line, cheerful tone, bit of a cha-ching sound. Me say, you ever notice how de money always reach before de may? That's so specific. Is there a risk it might not land with everyone, or is it just instantly relatable for this group?
No, that line is brilliant because it taps into something so relatable within that community. It's a common joke almost.
Yeah.
That slightly exasperating feeling when the money arrives, but maybe the person sending it is still on their way or the expectations are just high.
Right.
It shows the app gets the rhythm, the little shared jokes and truths of their lives. That builds immediate recognition, trust.
That relatability is key, yeah. But then the script goes deeper. It says, GoldenLink are the only app we know say, just to send cash. Yeah, send you a whole future. That really shifts things, doesn't it? From just sending cash to sending your future. How does that work? Does it maybe add too much weight? Could that increase the pressure?
That's a great question. What's fascinating is how it elevates the whole act. It's not just currency changing hands. It acknowledges the huge role remittances play, family support, education, healthcare, long-term plans. It validates the sender's sacrifice, which is often massive. As for adding pressure, it's a fine line. It definitely acknowledges the pressure that's already there. But by naming it, by bringing it out in the open, it can actually normalize it.
Yeah.
Make the sender feel seen, understood, not just burdened.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the script uses this, like mock sincerity, a deep sigh, listing amounts. Just type the amount, $20, $50, or the whole rent money.
Wow.
Wow, that jump from $20 to the whole of your rent money, that really hits home.
Yeah.
What does that range tell us about how well they understand their users?
Oh, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It connects directly to the reality of financial sacrifice and the different scales of need within families, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's small amounts for daily stuff. Other times it's huge chunks of their own income, often meaning they go without something themselves, like rent money, to cover big needs back home. It's not just numbers. It's recognizing that financial tightrope so many are walking.
Which brings us right back to that main message. Send, laugh, send again. So after talking about sending rent money and the future, what does that laugh mean now? It can't just be simple humor, can it?
Absolutely not. The laugh here is incredibly layered. It's definitely not just about telling jokes. You could see it as maybe gallows humor,
Yeah.
a way to cope with the constant demand.
Coping mechanism, yeah.
Exactly. It acknowledges that whole complex mix of feelings around diaspora giving. There's joy in helping, sure, but also obligation, maybe even a bit of exasperation sometimes. It's like an empathetic nod. It understands the sender's inner world, letting them find a moment of lightness amidst all that responsibility.
That makes perfect sense, especially when you hear the next bit.
Yeah.
The script flips to this contrasting scenario, lower tone, kind of sarcastic. Because while Yada day a foreign eat ramen and dodge, rent mama day a yard, planning birthday party, with ya money.
Hmm.
I mean, that feels almost too real. What specific tension is that hitting on?
Slight pause.
Yeah.
It really is sharp, isn't it?
Yeah.
That line goes straight for a very common tension that humorous but often quite real exasperation diaspora senders feel. It's such a specific cultural insight. Family expectations, the money dynamics, it perfectly captures that core pressure the app mentions later.
Or the pressure.
It shows this deep understanding of the give and take. There's love, there's support, absolutely, but also this sometimes overwhelming sense of duty the sender carries.
So, after putting all that out there, the sacrifice, the humor, the tension, the script lands on this really energetic tagline. GoldenLink, built Fidi Diaspora, blessed by deep pressure. That phrase, blessed by deep pressure, that feels like the heart of it all, like the big idea. What exactly does it mean for an app to be blessed by deep pressure, and what's the implication of a brand actually saying that out loud?
Yeah, stepping back, that phrase is just brilliant. It captures the resilience, the shared understanding, the strength within these communities. It takes what could be seen as a negative demand, the pressure of financial demand supporting family, and flips it completely.
Into a positive.
Exactly. It's not a burden in this framing. It's the very thing that shaped their identity, their grit, their collective purpose. So by saying blessed by it, the app validates the sender's journey, their efforts. It positions itself not just as a tool, but as a partner in that whole profound experience. It's like saying, we see what you've been through and we honor it.
Wow. So if we tie this all together, this mix of patois, the humor, the raw honesty, what's the overall impact of this voiceover? How does it manage to create such a strong connection and show such deep understanding?
Well, it really hammers home the point that effective communication, especially marketing, needs to go way beyond just listing features. You need real cultural fluency, emotional intelligence.
Mm,
By embracing the specific language, the unique humor, the lived realities, even the tough stuff, this app turns sending money into something culturally meaningful.
right.
It doesn't just make the transaction easier, it empathizes. It
Yeah.
genuinely says, we get you, we see you, this is built for you.
And that really leads us to a final thought for you, the listener. When an app acknowledges not just what you send, but why you send it, plus the funny, sometimes difficult realities around it, what does that tell us about the future of marketing, especially to very specific communities? What other pressures or their unique cultural dynamics might brands learn to acknowledge, maybe even bless in your messaging, to create a bond that's much deeper than just utility? It makes you think, how can that deep cultural understanding really reshape relationships we usually see as just transactional? Turn them into something much more personal, more impactful. Definitely something to mull over until our next deep dive.